Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Atif Ahmed here. Thank you very much for downloading this episode of our podcast, Talk is Leadership. Like all the other episodes in the past where we had great leaders enlightening us with their conversations, this week will be no different because our guest today is an activist from Pakistan for female education, and she is the youngest ever Nobel Prize laureate. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Yousafzai Malala. Malala, it's a real honor to have you here.
Thank you, Atif. It's a real honor to be here also, and I'm hoping that this interview will reach out to a great deal of audience and will equally be effective.
Malala, it's not a mystery that your parents own a chain of schools, but other than that, what other factors drove you to wanting to be more educated?
I understood that a lot of other children who could not afford to go to school or weren't allowed to do so, especially girls, needed some push and motivation for being educated. I wanted to be that person. But I realized that if I want to change the society, I have to start with myself first and pave the way for the other girls.
With that in mind, did you have any family support along the way? What are the challenges that you had to go through with this?
Along with my whole family, my father Ziauddin Yousafzai, who is also a school teacher and an activist for education, has supported me through thick and thin all the way till here. He completely defies the deep-rooted belief that girls are the property of men and that they are only supposed to sit at home, forego school and marry young. Others who are giving me a push towards ending this are my fund advisors, which involve education entrepreneurs, lawyers, teachers, business and tech leaders, etc. The challenges that I have faced and unfortunately will continue to face are those fathers who are still against girls receiving education. This is in turn encouraging the Taliban even more, since they think that even if they were vanished one day, their principles will still be followed. Like the rest of the world, even I want to bring a social change. This is one of the most important issues to be tackled along with the rest of the world. I want to be the one to take care of this, since it is mostly affected to my country and its citizens. Inshallah, if not the whole world, then at least those who are listening to me right now will understand what I speak of.
So, as you became more recognized and popular, the dangers facing you also became more acute. What has kept you going?
Absolutely not. I feel I've got till here and it would be a shame to discontinue in fear and break people's dreams. People who believed in me and stood by me. Also, I'm not a quitter. I never leave anything unfinished, and it would be not nice of me to raise people's hopes for nothing and then not deliver. I also knew that this would only make me stronger in my quest for promoting education to young girls and women. So I have the upper hand basically, and it's like how they say, whatever that doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
So, did you have any second thoughts about your endless crusade to social change after getting shot on that terrible day in that bus?
Yes, I was immediately sent to a hospital in Birmingham since I ended up in a serious condition. Although, after I was treated, I continued my schooling there itself. I'm partially grateful actually for that shooting that occurred, because it was only after that a massive outpour of support came along my way, which continued during my recovery. On my 16th birthday, I also gave a speech at the United Nations and wrote an autobiography about myself, which was released later. I've achieved getting a lot of support to help in my crusade. But unfortunately, I've still failed to reach my goal, which was to change the corrupt minds of the Taliban.
So, what exactly are you doing right now for this social change to transpire? Is there anything specific like a campaign or a charity that promotes your goals?
I'm currently leading the Malala Fund, which is an official organization focused on helping girls go to school and raise their voices for education. Through social media, Facebook, Twitter, we're calling for this social change to take place, speaking up for the empowerment of girls through education and calling for worldwide access to education. I've also recently donated $50,000 for the reconstruction of 65 schools in Gaza, and I think this automatically will promote me through social media through the large number of supporters.
That's fantastic. And Malala, before we wrap up this interview, what message do you have for the listeners of our podcast today? Is there anything that you would like to convey for them?
I really believe that it's very important for people to raise their voices and stand up for the right cause. People standing against women studying are violating one of the most basic human rights, the right to education. For those people who question, why should the woman be educated? I would like to ask them, Why not? Why shouldn't they? It is high time people realize the importance of female education.
Thank you very much, Malala. We wish you all the best in your goals and future endeavors.
Thank you so much, Atif.